Hello students. So today we will discuss a very important topic which is crystal symmetry. So what is a crystal symmetry? Now what do you mean by symmetry? Basically a symmetry is an operation which carries the crystal into itself. That is it leaves the system and its environment invariant. After the performing the operation you will not find there is any change in the system. So that is why we say these are symmetry operations. So crystal can have different types of symmetry operation depending upon the operation you are performing. So mainly the main systems symmetry operations are rotation, center of symmetry and reflection. So we will explain all these one by one. So the first one is rotation axis of symmetry. So what does it mean? It means when you have a crystal and you rotate it through some angle, and after rotation if your system and its surroundings completely remain same, then we say the system have rotational axis of symmetry. So in like if you rotate the crystal through a complete 360-degree angle, and during the complete rotation system returns to its original state n times, then we say the system have n fold of symmetry. And after each rotation of each angle equal to 360 by n, so it is called n fold of symmetry. So a system can have one fold of symmetry, two fold, three fold, four fold, but it cannot have five fold of symmetry. That is, it is not possible when you rotate a crystal through a 360-degree angle, and it will come five times the same. It will not have five fold of symmetry. It is very important topic, so I will discuss it in this lecture. So in this lecture we are, for to prove this we will consider this, take a b c d are the 4 points or where the four atoms are residing, and after once we apply a rotation through an angle phi, this a b will transform to bp, and through an angle phi is rotation. So there is again along this side cd we have also rotated through an angle phi, so here it is a phi. Let it be the distance between these two atoms is equal to the t. So obviously as this line is rotated through this, so this bp is also equal to t. Now according to alternate angles this angle will be also equal to phi, and similarly this angle will also be equal to phi, right? Now if you take this perpendicular triangle PRB, in this triangle if we apply cos phi, you can find the value of cos phi. Why we are applying cos phi? Because we want to find the value of PR. So PR is the base of this triangle in terms of hypotenuse, which is PB. So we will use base upon hypotenuse. So that will be PR by T is equal to cos phi. That will lead you to PR is equal to T cos phi. Similarly, your SQ will also be equal to T cos phi. So the complete distance between the point P and the point Q will be given by T cos phi plus T cos phi. So total distance between PQ will be equal to 2t cos phi plus t. So here I am writing this t cos phi plus t cos phi, that will be equal to 2t cos phi plus t. Now what is PQ? P and Q basically are the 2 points of the crystal, and we know all the atoms are placed at a distance of t. So the distance between PQ will be a multiple of t only. So let it be mt, where m is any integer. So PQ will be equal to mt. Now this plus t will come over here with a negative sign, so mt minus t you will have m minus 1t. Remind it, m is an integer. So if m is an integer, and so m minus 1 will also be an integer. So m minus 1 is an integer. So you will have this m minus 1 t will cancel out from the both sides, and you will have m minus 1 by 2 is equal to cos phi. So you can write m minus 1, it is an integer, so you can write it like n. So it will be cos phi is equal to n by 2. Now we know cos phi always lying between minus 1 to plus 1, so that will give you n lying from minus 2 to plus 2. So that is taking in mind that n is an integer, so we can have the value of n to be minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. So we have depicted this in this table. The possible values of n are minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2, and from this formula you can see cos phi is equal to n by 2. So that will give you minus 1, minus 1 by 2, 0, 1 by 2 and 1. So as cos phi is this, and the particular values of phi will be equal to 180, 120, corresponding values will be given this. So as I have told you in previously, that n is a number of folds of symmetry your crystal have. N will be equal to 360 by 5, so it will be 360 by 180, that will be 2, 360 by 120, that will be 3, 360 by 90, that will be 4, and similarly you can find all this. So you can see over here we have one fold of symmetry, 2, 3, 4, 6, but we do not have 5 fold of symmetry with us. So a system does not exist which is having 5-fold or 7-fold of symmetry. This is very important question, so you must uh, prepare this question very well, right? So why a crystal cannot have 5-fold of symmetry? Even I am also explaining the another form of symmetries, that are inversion center. So what a crystal is said to have an inversion center. For every lattice point at a distance r, we have a point at a distance minus r. So there should be a complete symmetry. Like for all distances, there is also a point for the negative, in the negative direction also. Now last is the reflection symmetry. What does it explain? It explain when a crystal, you can divide your crystal with a plane into two equal halves, such that each equal half is the mirror image of each other. So when two parts are mirror image of each other, then we say your crystal have reflection symmetry. So these are the different kinds of symmetry your crystal can possess. Thank you.